Hey, two-wheeled friends, here with my 2007 Honda Shadow Spirit 750, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about where to learn to ride a motorcycle. So there's a few different things where you can go, what to do to learn how to ride. So we're going to talk about those in today's episode. Let's roll the intro. Alright, so there's a few places you can learn to ride a motorcycle. Now, I know we're not out riding currently. We're going to hop on after we talk about a few things here at this spot. But the first place you can learn where to ride a motorcycle would be a place like this. Now, you can see all the yellow lines here. You can see these dash lines. I am in the center of this course. There's a dash line here. Got lines here. If we walk over a little further, you can kind of see these little white circles. This is where they hold the motorcycle safety course. That's where you can learn to ride. Take a course. I recommend taking a course first. They put cones out on these little circles. You can practice your weaving. You practice going around a circle. And then after you take the course and learn to ride, you can get yourself, and these have, that's a bad one, has a lot of fly feces on it, but these have been sitting in my garage. But you can get some of these are camel cones. They're a crushable cone, so if you run them over while you're practicing, you don't completely wipe out type thing or ruin a cone or anything by any means there. So take a course. Here in Watertown, they set this course up all throughout the summer. They usually have a storage pod, kind of like that green one. It's a little bigger, that they park off to the side, that they put the little 250 motorcycles in, and then they teach you the basics. And I don't know where they've been holding it recently, but when I took the course here, I actually brought my motorcycle over here and practiced on my own a lot. And before I actually took the course, I felt I could handle that, so that's what I did. But we took the course here, the riding portion, and then we went over to there's a school just beyond those trees and took the written course, and I think they've used that church before too. But number one, take a course or find where they do the course. Get yourself some of these cones, go out, practice. And I even recommend coming to a place like this after you learn how to ride, just to practice. I come over here from time to time to zigzag these. You can see the little circle. Practice your emergency braking, seeing your curves, you know, your apex, speeding up through the apex, and learning how to go through your curve. We'll throw them in there. So any questions on taking a course, just do your research in your local area, find out where they hold these courses and when they are. For us, they are seasonal, being we have a winter. So like right now, there are no courses, but during the heat of the summer, there are courses held right here. So let's go cruise just a little. Actually, let's just take a little cruise around this course. I will show you. I know this isn't new to any of you. If you are new here, maybe it is. But you can see these circles, so you can practice your weaving. Now, obviously, I'm not putting any little cones down, but you practice your little dip and weave. Or you can see there's the yellow circles here too, so you can practice coming around. They want you to shift, and then you got to downshift. Now this is a little different with the bigger motorcycle, but accelerate out of your corner, accelerate out of the corner, shift, downshift, accelerate out of the corner. And those guys will teach you all of those basics. I think up here they got a spot where you're supposed to brake and downshift at the same time, and then they can see how long it took you to stop. So you can see all those dashed lines there. That's a little bit about this course. You can learn a lot. Oh, and I realize now that I'm riding that my voice is probably going to be a little different because I had my face shield open. But what better bike to do this on than the bike I learned to ride on, this 2007 Honda Shadow Spirit VT 750C2 shaft driven. Mrs.TWOWHEELD learned how to ride on this bike as well. This, in my opinion, is an excellent beginner motorcycle. Anybody who is under 6 foot tall and maybe like taller than 5'4", it's probably a pretty good bike. And I say that because I am 6'3", and I am a little bit scrunched up on this bike, but it's light, it's easy to maneuver. And yeah, after 5 years of owning this bike, because I bought this back in 2019, it is now 2024, it's still in the garage. So the other place you can learn to ride motorcycle, so say you already took your course, because like I said, safety first, always take a riding course, get professional experience or a professional teaching you, do it the right way, get your endorsement, and then go out and practice. So find that type of parking lot to practice in, or go to a place like this. Or you could go to that cemetery if you want to drive around circles, but this is a perfect place. An empty parking lot with no traffic coming in and out, and even with these little curbs in between here, that actually serves as a pretty good, I took this a little wide, but it serves as a pretty good little spot to kind of do little practice maneuvers like this, get you used to your counter steering. Now, at slower speeds like this, like 15 and under, you do turn the wheel a little bit more than when you're going fast versus, you know, doing counter steering. But depending on your parking lot and what you need to practice and looking where you turn, or you can practice your braking, like brake at the yellow line, downshift, I was already in first, but practice your emergency braking, because you want to be prepared. Do stuff like that, like little drills. This is all in how to learn where to ride a motorcycle. Well, how about this? Practice slow speed turning. I don't know if that's a nail. Nope, just something there. See how tight a circle you can maneuver in. Now I'm using the friction zone and I'm on the rear brake to keep the bike up. So that's another spot that you can practice. That lady's probably like, what is that guy doing? Or, this isn't my neighborhood, but something I also did is I went into my neighborhood where there's little to no traffic, and I just practiced shifting. I just got familiar with the bike. You know, once you get the motorcycle rolling like this, this is easy. This is the easy part right here. I mean, you literally don't need hands. The bike will just keep going on its own. I'm not using my turn signals. Boat and trailer for sale. There you go, anybody. You want a little duck boat? In this neighborhood, you know, okay, here you go. Here's some little dips. You can practice taking the dips. Just cruise around these less traffic areas until you get more familiar with the controls on the motorcycle. You know, learn your friction zones and where the sweet spots are when you're letting go of that clutch, and knowing how when you crack the throttle, how much acceleration there is and all that. Here, I'll use my turn signal this time. You heard me do a little rev matching there. I wouldn't have had to. But this is good experience right here. It gets you used to looking at intersections. Look at, I mean, literally no traffic. This is a neighborhood I haven't been in for a long time either. And like I said, this is the easy part. Just cruising, maintaining a speed. Learning, you kind of learn those sounds that the motorcycle makes, and then you know your speed. That's how I feel anyways. Oh, we'll go this way. Turning. You know, I took that turn nice and slow. I mean, geez, you can even just do this in first gear if you feel like you need to. Speed up out of a curve, practice that. Maybe even shift a little bit. Practice your emergency braking, like right here, if you need to just stop quickly. Downshifting. Downshift again. I'm doing the rev match. There's danger right there. Watch where they're going. Going the other way. This is literally where you can learn to ride motorcycle. Again, take that course, then get out. I did things a little bit backwards because I have a lot of experience on bicycle. I know the dynamics of two wheels, centrifugal force. Like if you're going on a bicycle, or two wheels for that matter, so bicycle, motorcycle, whatever, and you just jump off the motorcycle is going to keep going until it loses its momentum. All right, so now I'm at a controlled intersection, but you still want to be a little mindful. I don't know why I'm giving pointers at the same point, but this is about where to learn to ride, and I guess it's a little bit of how to ride. Now, some of you may be worried, like my number one fear when I first started learning how to ride. I don't know. I think they were just going to keep going through the stop sign. Probably saw me sitting there. And I'll show you up here, because I was going to show you there, and then that car kind of threw me off. But I got a good friend who is debating about learning to ride, and one of his fears is, you know, too much throttle and just going crazy and crashing into a tree or something like that. And I don't want to tell all of you not to worry about that, because that was probably one of my biggest fears, and that's where power ratio to a motorcycle comes in. But it's also learning this friction zone. So see the bike moving? I'm not giving it any throttle. I'm not moving my feet while I'm moving my knees as I'm letting go of this clutch, but I'm letting go of that clutch lever, and the bike automatically wants to go. So now you just got to find the right acceleration to put with that, and then let go. And then now the only thing controlling how fast you're going to go is this right here. So you let go. See, we're slowing down, but eventually you're going to start chugging because of where the gear's at to the clutch, and however you want to word it. But just relax the wrist, but yet keep your wrist locked, and that's going to maintain your speed. I'm going to shift a second because I felt like I was getting my RPMs up a little bit. And see, I'm just holding the throttle right now that way. So this is a little bit of how to ride a motorcycle as well. Let's turn and go under the archway. So now you're turning and accelerating into a turn, and you want to make sure you look into your turn. Keep your head on a swivel. Give you guys a look at this. Kind of cool. And even if you need to, you can put both feet down, but you want to practice keeping your right foot on the brake and just putting your left foot down, because they're going to be looking at that in that MSF course. I am by no means a professional. I am just a motorcycle enthusiast that wants to see others succeed at riding motorcycle, learn to ride, and keep the motorcycle passion living. Okay, we're going to turn in here rather quickly. I'm going to shut that blinker off. But okay, here we are. Now their parking lot to practice in. I mean, look at this one. This one's nice and long. This is the Watertown High School parking lot. But what do you want to do? So find a parking lot that's close to you. I got the car, the black car watching. Oh, you can do figure eights. You know, just practice something like this. I know this video is kind of turning into where to ride and how to ride, but I do have other videos in the beginner series of how to ride. So if you are new to riding, be sure to check out those videos. There's a lot of other content creators out there that are making excellent videos as well. Search for them. And they will teach you pointers as well. I don't know what these people are doing. Oh, which way do we want to go? I'm in the middle, so should we go left or should we go right? What should we do? I'm waiting. Left? Okay, I should look. Left or right? Okay. Sorry if you said right. So I hope that helps a lot of you know that there are a lot of places you can go to ride. Now, if you have a pal, a buddy, a friend, a bro, a sister, whatever you want to refer to as, that has a motorcycle, that has ridden, that has experience, maybe their habits aren't the best, but you may want to ask them just to accompany you to that parking lot to help you. Somebody watching you can make a big difference in learning to ride. So what I did with my wife, Mrs.TWOWHEELD, when she learned to ride, we went to these parking lots, and with our communication in our helmet, I could talk to her and I could correct her, I could give her guidance, I could give her praise, like, hey, good job doing that, hey, awesome, you know, hey, watch out, there's a car coming into the parking lot, you know, whatever the case, I could communicate directly to her. Now that's something that doesn't happen at the motorcycle safety course. They will holler and get your attention and all that too, but if you take a actual, like, go to the DMV and they ride behind you essentially, then I think they give you instruction. I'm not for sure how that works. I think that's how that works though, is they give you instruction on what to do and then you basically just follow their instruction, and then they grade you and critique you as you're riding. So then as you get more brave, you learn the controls. You know you can safely take off without whiskey throttle. You know you can do emergency braking. You know you can change lanes. You know you can downshift and you can hold the bike up. Then you move onto roads like I am on right now. And then you learn how to stop at these stoplights, looking left and right as the light changes. And just shift through the gears. So it's easy as that. And then when you see a bro, what's up, dude? You give them the 2 fingers down, wish them well on their adventure wherever they're going. Alright, what was that noise? I don't know if it was the bike making noise or what. Now this bike, I probably didn't have to downshift all the way to first gear, because it is really underpowered. And that's why I say this is a great beginner motorcycle, because it's pretty hard. I mean, yeah, it gets up and goes. This bike's had a little bit of work done, so it's got a little bit more acceleration than most C2 models that are out there. And not all Honda Shadows are created equal either. They're all going to have a little bit different feel. And many of you know that I also have that 2011 Honda Fury. Now that's got a little bit more power, but it's relatively forgiving. I mean, it's probably like a step up from this bike, but I know people that have learned to ride on a Honda Fury just perfectly fine. Just have a little throttle control, you'll be good. First gear is pretty forgiving. Okay, no front brake, just rear brake and the slow speed stuff. That's a big beginner tip, I feel, as well, so you don't grab too much front brake and basically eat the pavement. Oh, and always look where you want to go. Like so at stop signs and things too, if you stop and you're looking down as you're stopping, you very well might go down. As weird as that sounds, so look where you go, keep your head up. Eyes and head up. That's a big thing that they're going to teach you in that riding course too. So if you're looking down like this, you kind of lose your center of gravity. I use very little front brake. I'm a little bit more experienced depending on how quick you have to stop. But typically, if you're not going very fast and you're down in first gear and you're going like 10 miles or under, you're probably going to stop just using the rear and you're not going to skid. All right, that's where to ride a motorcycle, where to learn how to ride a motorcycle. I hope that helps some of you. Getting started is always the worst. It's the biggest fear that all of us motorcycle riders have. And I know where I was, I know where my wife was, I know where my friends have been with learning how to ride. So I'm gonna guess that most of everybody who's riding, unless they started riding at a really young age and didn't really understand the fear, if you start a little later in life, you kind of talk yourself out of these things. I genuinely feel. So if any of you have input that have been riding for any amount of time of where to learn to ride a motorcycle, please comment down below. Help all the newbies out that come to the channel to learn how to ride. If you are thinking about learning to ride and you have questions about riding, or you have questions about parts of this video, definitely leave your comment down below. I will do my best to help you. Others in the comment section below will also help you. There's a lot of awesome riders here. And if you are new to the channel and this is the first video you're watching, go back, watch all the videos in the Learn to Ride series folder, and then give this video a big thumbs up. Well, you might want to give this video a big thumbs up before you leave and go watch those other ones, and comment below, and then subscribe so you can come back week after week and watch every video that comes out going forward. As long as you ring that bell so you turn on all notifications, you will see posts and videos from Two Wheeled, and you will see Mrs. Two Wheeled at times as well. So thank you all for watching, and until the next time, Two Wheeled friends, peace out, ride safe, and we will see you on the next one. Bye bye.